Hey folks, this is David Bell with Slow Smooth Media, and this is our first speculation video. I really wanted to kind of share some stuff I was thinking about this morning. On Netflix, the Marvel episodic series that have just been hugely popular, like The Punisher, Daredevil, and Jessica Jones, well, apparently they're getting canceled on Netflix. And I was like, well, why would they do these? These things were popular, they're engaging. Heck, I was watching Punisher. I really loved season 1. Season 2 was great as well. I enjoyed the Daredevil stuff. I hadn't gotten to Jessica Jones yet. I know they also have Luke Cage. I think they did Defenders, and they did Iron Fist as well. I haven't gotten into those myself personally, but hearing that they are canceling these made me start thinking, well, what's the timing on this whole situation? So as I heard this news, I mentioned to my wife, I said, there are really about 3 possible scenarios in how this might play out. And I want to get your thoughts as well, so please share your comments. If you like what we're talking about, please click the like button below, or even hit subscribe, because we will be putting more stuff out here. So let's go through those 3 scenarios. The first one is the one I consider the most unlikely, and that is they are just simply being canceled. These shows were super popular and engaging. I do not see somebody walking away from a cash cow and just saying, hey, we're going to cancel these outright. It makes no sense monetarily to me. It makes no sense when you have the characters, you have the engaging stories, and you have the ability to keep on going. I think with the Jessica Jones storyline, they even had season 4 going forward, maybe some of it in the can at this stage of the game, and they're just not going to do it. So with the Punisher, they definitely had a definitive ending with some of those characters at the end of season 2, but it could definitely go on as well. Again, money making, people enjoyed it, why would they not carry it on? So the second scenario is that Netflix is more being forced than anything by Disney. So with Disney putting all the emphasis on their streaming services, would it not make sense for them to have multiple different categories, multiple different funnels to drive people towards subscribing to that new service? So you have, of course, the kids, you have the children, and that's what Disney always is going to focus on, the movies, the cartoons. But then you have Star Wars, with The Mandalorian, with the last season of the Clone Wars. Those are going to be huge, and those are going to pull in a vital part of that Star Wars fan base, even maybe some of the fandom menace that still want to see how things play out there. Let's think about the Marvel side of it. If we have these popular series, would not the House of Mouse want to say, hey, let's go and put the Punisher, Jessica Jones, Daredevil in here as well, to pull those folks over from Netflix into the streaming services? So the third possibility, and this is pure speculation on my part, and I would love to hear your comments, I want to know what you think on this, is that Disney could be using the Avengers Infinity War and that gap into Avengers End Game and the storyline there to actually propel their streaming platform. And here's what I mean by this. We know what took place in Avengers Infinity War, where Thanos snapped and half the population of the universe, poof, got dusted. And that included half the population of the heroes that were protecting the Earth. So my speculation would be that what if, on a small scale, when we get to Avengers Endgame, that we see at least a cameo or 2 of the Defenders, of Jessica Jones, of the Punisher, of Daredevil helping out in a small, now I'm not talking on a global scale, but in a small, in the city of New York, helping out there. And that would be just enough to cause a huge, oh my gosh, look at these characters are here, and it would open the door so many of those Marvel fans that are really enjoying the cinematic universe, that will draw them towards the Disney streaming services. That's my guess. I think it's a huge, they know they're going to have a massive movie in store here. Tons of people are going to go watch this. Tons of people are going to go watch this numerous times, and it is that chance to really propel that streaming service to those casual fans that really, really love the cinematic universe but may not have tasted the stuff on Netflix yet. But the other speculation I want to talk about is the Star Wars stuff. Star Wars, for those folks who know me, they know that Star Wars is near and dear to my heart, and so that's why I want to talk about this one. The Episode 9 title, it has not been revealed yet. Everybody was speculating that Episode 9 trailer was going to pop at the Super Bowl, which I thought didn't make a whole lot of sense. You don't need to spend $5 million for 30 seconds to do something when it will be an event in and of itself. They'll do it on the cheap in this particular case. That's what I tend to believe. But I want to move right into my speculation on this. This is what I think. It's going to be Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of the New Jedi. And here's why. So we have J.J. Abrams. We have to go back in time a little bit. We had J.J. Abrams who started this whole, the sequel series. And J.J. had at least, I think J.J. actually kind of used what George Lucas said. He had a loose foundation of what he was kind of thinking about. Now granted, when they end up giving the full reins of Episode 8, The Last Jedi, over to Rian Johnson, it threw a huge monkey wrench into the whole situation. But Abrams is back in Episode 9. So I think he's going to still put everything together as best he can, knowing that there are some definite things to fix based on what Rian did. So we saw a narrative start to take shape in Episode 8, where they were basically saying the Force existed in everybody, and the Jedi did not have sole ownership of this. We also saw Broom Boy being able to take that broom via Force pull without any training. So I think when you have a advanced timeline here where, you know, Leia's now gone, everybody's a bit older, we have the ability to see that, yes, Rey has been training a group of young Jedi at this point in time. But I wanted to focus on the speculation here of the title. Guys, what do you think? So remember when I watched The Force Awakens, I did not like it when I first saw it. I was like, this is just a remake of Episode 4. This really bugs me. But I came back and watched it numerous times because I wanted to pick up on those little nuances. Why is this bugging me so much? And that one scene where the massive hologram of Snoke is talking to Ren and just chastising him, saying, hey, you screwed up. You didn't get that droid like I wanted. Now that droid's going to let the Resistance know where Luke was. The Last Jedi is going to return, and then we're going to have the new Jedi rise. That, my friends, I truly believe was basically J.J. Abrams tipping his hat and saying, hey guys, this is the title. This is the series of sequences that is going to take place. You have The Force Awakens. The actual Force is rising up in Rey. Then you had the return of Luke Skywalker from his self-imposed exile. Though most definitely did not play out the way we hoped. We had Luke return in some capacity, and now it's going to be the rise of the new Jedi under the leadership, under the tutelage of Rey. That's my speculation. That's what I think. I speculated on two different things in this video. One, that I truly believe that during Avengers End Game, we're going to see cameos of the Netflix Marvel series like Jessica Jones, like The Punisher, like Daredevil, at least get some form of cameos in Avengers End Game to help propel those series when they most likely move over to the Disney streaming service. And again, I tend to believe that if you put all the pieces together from The Force Awakens, J.J. Abrams, who is at the helm of Episode 9, gave his nod, gave the tip of the hat that we would see the last movie in this series be The Rise of the New Jedi. Let me know what your thoughts were. I hope you liked it. Please give me your comments, and hope to see you again soon.